Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm pre-recording today's video. We are doing another video in our series of Purpose February. We are getting towards the end, so if you've missed the previous videos, please go back and watch them. They build on one another. So today I want to talk to you about grit. This is going to be necessary in order to get your purpose, in order to step into it, in order to grow it, in order to duplicate it with other people. Yesterday we spoke about fear, and fear for most people is the biggest thing that they're facing. In fact, I just kind of want to expand upon that really quick. I said yesterday that whatever you're afraid of the most is literally guarding your destiny. What you're afraid of is going to be different than what I'm afraid of. You know, the word says that no weapon formed against us will prosper. And the word formed actually means specifically fashioned to. In other words, my weapon is made because it knows my weakness. It knows the thing that I must rely upon God the most for. Your weapon is going to be different than mine. You know, your weapon might not affect me. My weapon might not affect you at all. And it's made that way on purpose. And so I really want you to know that this is about character. This is about development and for longevity. This isn't just so that you can step in to something really quick and then be forced out of it. It's so that you can keep it. It's so that you can step into a place and not only stay there, but be planted there. In other words, you grow, you develop in that area. And grit is going to be required in order to do that. When you are facing your fear, you might not defeat it the first time. You might not defeat it the second time. You know, this might be a constant thing for you to face until you are able to build up authority over it. Yesterday, I kind of spoke about a little bit about how I didn't want to do a YouTube channel. I was very afraid of social media. I wasn't comfortable with doing videos and things like that. And in fact, it was more than just not being afraid. I would have such bad anxiety, which I, until this point, really never had anxiety. But I remember I would be so upset, I'd be crying, I'd throw up. I mean, my entire day was shot because my nerves were so depleted. I mean, my adrenal glands, every part of me had just gone into sitting down to film a 15-minute video. And so I couldn't really do anything else the rest of the day. I wouldn't write, I wouldn't see clients. It was really draining for me. And I'd love to say, you know, all of a sudden at one point that just went away, but that's not really true. I started to recognize that this was really a spiritual battle. I had my friends pray for me when I was going to be sitting down to record my videos and things like that, because at the time I was not going to do a live video. And it did get easier, but there were still many times where I would just get this wave of anxiety and fear over what would happen if I did this video. And grit is required to constantly face the thing that you are afraid of. It's to constantly hear no when you know you are supposed to be doing your purpose, but nobody seems to have the same vision for the thing as you do. It's required to try a new avenue when the first one that you went down, you know, that you thought was so promising, is a dead end road. And we talked about dead ends in a previous video. You know, I also a few days ago gave you a list of things to do when you feel like you are stuck or frustrated, right? Grit determines whether or not you actually stick with that plan, whether or not you actually go through the list of things to get yourself unstuck, to get yourself unfrustrated so that you can think about your situation clearly and come up with a way forward. It's a necessary part of life, but definitely to reach your purpose. So today I want you to think about the thing that you are where you face the most resistance right now in your life. Wherever you are facing that resistance, it's an opportunity for you to grow and develop grit in your character. Grit will allow you to hold on and to stay in a place that you know is yours, even when you face this resistance. This is why it's so necessary. It's saying, no, I feel everything coming against me. I know that it seems as though this thing is trying to push me out, but I know this place is mine and I'm staying here. And I don't care how long it takes to have this thing break. I'm staying here. So I want you to take a look at what you have been handed. I want you to take a look at the places in your life where you are facing resistance, and I want you to partner with God. Ask Him, how can I make this thing beautiful? I'm made in your image. You only make beautiful things. How can I make this thing beautiful, and how can I be further refined into your image during this time while I face this thing? Ask for a greater measure of boldness and of staying power. To stay inside of the fire when it's hot in there and you want to get out, because that would be the easiest route. So this isn't, I talked about this yesterday. Purpose, a lot of people just think it'll just come to me. I'll just one day wake up and be in it before I know it. And while it is natural in some ways, in other words, you have all of the things that you need in order to be doing your purpose, in order to build it, it won't be that easy of a process. These things need to get refined. They need to get mixed together. You probably, as I said yesterday, need to grow so that you can encapsulate that thing that you are supposed to be and to do. And so I want you to think about that. Where are you having a hard time within yourself growing and developing, so that you would actually be able to step into your purpose, or to grow it, to expand it in a greater measure. So today, that is your homework assignment. Tomorrow we are talking about influence, and your purpose will require you to have influence with other people. This doesn't mean that you have to have influence over all the people, and it doesn't even mean that you need to be influencing them in ways that we would normally think of influence, such as people in government who make laws, or people who are in front of the media, or things like this. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you are able to provide your point of view and get other people to see your point of view as well, and to be able to have that point of view followed through with action. So we will be talking about that tomorrow. I will see you guys then for another video for Purpose February. Have a happy Friday.